Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Connie? Connie, we spoke to Rassi a couple of days ago, and we kind of mentioned your leadership role within the team and how you seem so determined to kind of do really well this tournament. And is that something you can talk to us a little bit about, just in terms of how you've approached this competition and how you see your own role in the team?
Um, yeah, I think it's just because it's probably my last one, so I'm just trying to give it my all. Just trying to help out everyone where I can. Who's ever going through experiences for their first time, which I've been through, be there to help the guys how to get through certain things from a mental point of view and strategically also. So I'm just there to help the guys. I'm just trying to give them my all for the last time.
Thanks for those. We're going to go Morgan, then tennis.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Quinny. Quinny, big one on Sunday at Eden Gardens. The scene is set beautifully for this game against India. How important is it for you guys as a team just to tune in mentally and just stick to what's been working and not, go further than that?
Yeah, I think that's what we've been focusing on every game since the first game. It's just on ourselves, just trying to be the best Proteas team we can be. Obviously, we've got a big game on Sunday, and we'll sit down and do our usual process before every game. Go from a strategic point of view, have a look at the Indian team, and we'll find a way how we can beat them. Obviously, they're a strong unit, so like you said, it is a big game.
Thanks, Quinny.
Tennis, then Telford.
All right, Quinton. I was just wondering if now that you're going so well, has there been any thought from you maybe to make a U-turn and not retire? And I also want to know if anyone's asked you to maybe stick around a bit more, or are you set on your decision?
Yeah, I think I've set on my decision. Yeah, I think that's the end of my 50 over career. And yeah, there has been one or two words sent to me or said to me. Maybe I should think about it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Thanks, tennis. We'll go Telford, and then just a reminder to just raise your hand in the chat panel if anybody else would like to ask any additional questions.
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Quinton? You've been part of a fair few South African World Cup efforts, and I just wonder what do you think makes this one different and so far more successful?
To be fair, I'm not actually too sure. I think we're just playing really good cricket at the moment. I think we've been playing really good cricket for a while now as a team. I'm not too sure what it is, but it's whatever we're doing. Just stick to, well, we know what we're doing, so just carry on doing it. Not look too far ahead. Take each game by game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just keeping things very simple. Not trying to overthink things. Not trying to reinvent the wheel. Just trying to do the simple things really good. I think that's probably maybe one of the key things. I think why we've been quite successful.
Thanks, Telford. For those, then tennis game.
Connie, you mentioned that your mind is kind of made up, and people have asked you about continuing. Is your mind made up, even though perhaps like we see South Africa have kind of changed in that you could play league cricket and maybe still come back and play for the national team? And given that the next World Cup's at home, do you think in the interim years maybe something will change your mind?
At this point, I don't foresee it happening. But I mean, you never know. Strange things happen in life. It could be a possibility, but I don't think so. There's some good youngsters coming through anyway, who will probably take my spot as soon as I leave here, and they'll have to deal with the national duties at that stage. So I don't think I'll be coming through. but like I say, you never know.
Thanks for those. Tiernus, then Zahir.
Quinny, you're now the South African batsman that's already scored the most runs in a single World Cup campaign. Also, 400s. No South Africans done it before. Does those sort of things mean something to you? And how do you sort of are you very proud of those achievements, or how do you sort of see those individual milestones?
Yeah, I think honestly, personally, I feel like I'd rather win the World Cup and score no runs than score all the runs and not win a World Cup, to be fair. But as a unit, we've batted really well. We take pride in what we do as our profession. So, yeah, we start off really well. But like I said, we'd rather score no runs and win a World Cup. Obviously, the accolades are great, but at the end of the day, for myself, if I don't foresee us winning the trophy, then it kind of means nothing for me. So to me, now I'm looking at the bigger picture of why we are.
Thanks. Zahir, then Stu.
Just a doubler for me. Kumar Sankaros who scored 4 centuries in his last World Cup. Was he a wicketkeeper batter that you looked up to, or was there anybody else that you would have looked up to, wanting to be while you were coming through? And secondly, just a word on Rob Walter. What kind of a coach is he? Have you enjoyed him? Just what does he bring to your game that you particularly enjoy? Thanks, man.
Yeah, obviously I've always enjoyed Sanga growing up, and obviously playing with him. It's one of my good friends now also. I wouldn't say I wanted to be like someone else other than myself. And that's pretty much it on that topic. But Rob's been great. I've absolutely loved playing under him. He's really made this environment be really fun, professional. He's given us, I don't know what he does, but he's just made us really enjoy our cricket. And he loves coaching the Proteas. He loves representing South Africa. He's just as passionate of a South African as he left for New Zealand as he is now. So he's just great. He's a great person. Loves to be around. He's got good values in life. So these are all just the characteristics that Rob carries himself, that just makes him a good coach.
Great, thanks to hear. Stu, then Hines, and then we'll look to wrap up with Tiernus.
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Quinton. Apologies for the noise in the background. Just on Timber, somebody that you go out with first time every time at the top of the order. He's maybe not had the amount of success that the rest of you guys have had as a batting unit. What's his kind of mental state been like? How has he felt about the fact that he has not kind of contributed with the bat as much as the rest of you guys have? And how are you guys trying to help him out in that regard?
Yeah, I think Timber's has been batting really well. He's looked very solid up front. And then obviously he's somehow just found a way to keep getting out. But no, he's still feeling very good about his own game. Very confident. Timber always backs himself, which is a good thing and a good trait to have. So I think he's not phased. At least I hope he's not. It doesn't look like he is. But yeah, his last couple of innings, he's batted really well, but then found ways just to get out. So it's something that all of us batsmen have gone through in our careers at some point, where we feel really good. But yeah, somehow find a way to get ourselves out. But yeah, he's I got a feeling one or two of these games, especially an important game for us, I feel like that's when he's going to come through for us. That's Temba Bavuma in a package.
Thanks, Stu. If you'll just hold on one moment, we've just had a ring at the door in this hotel room, so just 1 second. Thank you. Perfect. Please go ahead, Hyatt.
Uh, and you broke up quite a bit there, so we didn't catch all of your question.
Sorry, you hear me now? Quinton?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool, man. Thanks. I was just actually wondering, just in terms of you guys have all confidence, you guys have clarity, you have, you have a game plan in hand, which has obviously helped you guys, be quite prolific in this tournament. I was just also wondering, just the vast experience that the majority of this top order have had, in the IPL as well. That's almost those chickens coming to roost as well. And how much of a factor that has been, you believe, in your guys' I almost want to say comfortableness, in coping with conditions and excelling in this.
Yeah, obviously, we've been coming here. A lot of us players have been coming here for years, not just for the IPL, but also for international series. Obviously, we kind of all understand the conditions here. So obviously, it's helped us knowing what we're dealing with. To be fair, a couple of the wickets that we've played on here have taken us by surprise in what they've done. Because we're used to playing different times of year, obviously with the IPL also, and with the weather around, conditions that do change from like a dew point of view, how the wickets completely change. So there has been one or two surprises, which is perfectly normal in World Cups, what happens. But yeah, as a batting unit, I think we're well equipped to pretty much take on most conditions. And I think we take a lot of confidence from that because the series before we've really focused on upping our skills in all different departments on how we're going to play spin, how we're going to play fast bowling, how we're going to play seam movement. So yeah, I think it's all just coming together.
Perfect, thanks. I think that's Marco at the door, so apologies for that bell ringing again. So we're going to go Timus and then one last one from Fidos.
India is looking quite dangerous at the moment. Just wondering if you have been able to sort of identify any weaknesses in their team that you might look to exploit, and maybe you can elaborate on that without giving too much secrets away.
To be fair, I don't think they have many weaknesses, if any, to be honest. I think that's why they're top of the log and they've won every game. So yeah, I mean, we'll sit down and chat about things, but from the top of my head, I don't foresee them having any weaknesses. You never know. Maybe a bad game can happen. Maybe that's the only thing, but I don't foresee it happening also. So I don't foresee any weaknesses, unfortunately.
Thanks. Fidos, Zahia, I see you have put your hand up, so we'll squeeze you in, and that is a final question before we go over to Marco.
Thanks, Lucy. Connie, just on India, I mean, when your career started, it might have been even 10 years ago now, that was like really how you made a name for yourself, with those many centuries in a row against them. And now you're playing them in a big game, and it's their World Cup that they're hosting. How special is it for you to play against India, and how do you feel about the sense of occasion of playing them at Team Gardens?
To be honest, it's just another game of cricket, I guess. Every game now, especially counting down to my last couple of games, every game is special. So, yeah, I mean, I've played Eden Gardens quite a bit in my life. Obviously, playing India in India is going to be quite a spectacle. Obviously, they're gonna have every single fan in India at that stadium if they could, and we probably going to only have a handful. So it's just probably one of the more crazier things about our fixture on Sunday. But otherwise, it's just another game of cricket, I would say.
Thanks. For those, and lastly, Zahia, before we release Quinny.
Quinny, just on facing guys like Mohammad Siraj and Mohammad Shami, they obviously put you under a lot of pressure with your natural instinct to hit back. Is it a case of just taking the ego out of it and just absorbing pressure and allowing them to bowl good balls when they are in such spells, or do you go and I'm taking you down, I'm coming straight back at you?
To be fair, it depends on the wickets. what's how we go about it, because usually in India, sometimes the new ball is probably the best time to score the runs, even though that's probably when they're most attacking. But obviously, if the ball's swinging around, doing something off the wicket, obviously you just need to soak up the pressure, bat for longer. So yeah, it's a thing that we'll have to assess, and then see how we go.